So we will find out, though. Maybe Chicago, does what Toronto's starting to do, Ryan.
Hey, I called it.
Philadelphia had a 3-0 lead, looking golden. And all of a sudden, Embiid gets a little hurt, got a torn ligament in that shooting hand thumb. And James Harden has pulled his magic act of disappearing in the playoffs again. And Pascal Siakam has awakened. And Toronto down 3-0. Now going back to Toronto for Game 6, trying to force a Game 7.
Yeah, it's been a valiant effort. Me and AJ were talking about it. I think when Philly was up 2-0, and he said Toronto has to win both games in Toronto, if they even want a chance. So I said, not so fast. I think it goes 6, or kind of regardless what happens. And obviously, that's what happened, right? Is Philly won Game 3, Toronto's won Game 4 and 5. I think Toronto's tough. Philly, I think they're probably a little bit shaken up right now. Obviously, Embiid's hurt. You have Harden, and then Maxey hasn't played as well as he played in the first 2 games. But I can't see Toronto making the comeback all the way. Like, Philadelphia is a good team. It's really hard to beat them for. I mean, now you only have to beat them 2 times in a row because you already beat them 2 times. But I don't know. Obviously, it's never happened. I don't see it happening here. I think you can give Embiid, you got to shoot him up in his thumb, whatever it is, for a game, and I think he can go out and win that game for you, give you 40 points and 18 boards. And then if you can get 25 from Harden, even if 15 of those are from the free throw line, I think that's enough to get Philly one of these next, potentially 3 games. 2 games. 2 games, yeah.
Just 2.
Just got 1-1.
Yeah, it's 3-2 right now. But yeah, they only need 1. The thumb is interesting, not offensively, because I think Embiid, I don't think it bothers him too much offensively. But this is one of the better defenders in the NBA, and that's a lot more impact than taking a shot when it comes to your shooting hand on your thumb. It's your dominant hand, so you're using it for blocking more often than not. You're using it for going for steals more often than not. So you're taking hits on it as well. When you were on the defensive side, when a guy's coming into the lane and you're trying to stop him, and they go up with the ball and you're trying to stop it, that's pressure on that thumb where, that's shooting him up. It's definitely going to have to play a factor to numb it, so he's not going to feel it as much, but still have enough feel where he can, make a basket. So it should be interesting to see, how it happens going forward for him. He needs help, though. Like you said, guys disappearing on his team is definitely not helping. And Toronto's just getting more confidence. Look, they fought hard for, in Game 4 to extend the series. But then they go into Philly, and they run that game from basically beginning to end. In Philly, they just took it to the Sixers, never let up. Double-digit lead walking out of there. Not an easy place to play as an opponent. And they're showing a heck of a lot of heart. We had talked, before all the series started, this is one of the ones that I thought Toronto, could be in this because of the way they'd played Philly in the regular season, and Embiid had struggled against Toronto in the regular season. And then I looked like a fool through those first 3 games because Philadelphia just came out smoking, and Toronto didn't have an answer. It looks like they found an answer. They figured things out. And they get to go back home for Game 6 and try and force one more time in Philadelphia. I agree with you. I don't think we're going to see the 0-3 comeback just yet. We'll see it at some point in our lifetime. I don't think it's happening with this one. I just think Toronto, I think they're just going to run out of a little bit too much. A little bit of luck's going to fall off, go back to Philadelphia side, and Philadelphia is able to move on. But we will definitely see.